Christ, an enigma that only Christ herself can decipher. Part 4.
Christ is the true vine, but the word vine is feminine, and that is why Christ uses this parable to identify herself as the spiritual mother. The branches are her spiritual children born of her heavenly womb, and God the Father is the farmer who cares for his wife and their children. This is why Christ Lisbet reveals the truth to us, giving us evidence by what is described in John 15:1. I am the true vine, and God the Father is the farmer. Likewise, it says in Psalm 128:3, Your wife will be like a vine filled with grapes. All the branches must be attached to God's vine in order for them to bear fruit for God, and that is why God is both Father and Mother. It says in Genesis 1, verses 26 and 27, that God the Father and Mother said to one another, Let us make man in our image and likeness, that they may be like us in our wisdom. So God created man in their own image. God created their image and likeness of male and female in the mind of man. That is, God wrote their laws in the heart of man through Christ, who is present today. That is why now we can understand the importance of terms and phrases like, let us make man, and male and female were created by them. So we understand that God are the spiritual male and female, and God the Father has only one wife who enlightens, and not an only begotten Son. Therefore, it doesn't make sense to see God as a solitary father with an only begotten Son, but as one with a wife, who is one with him, bringing forth true children for the two of them. So, although the writings in their textual form were altered in their contextual expression, they contradict themselves. In other words, even though they presented a male Christ, the context contradicts the statement they tried to present as true. Now, after understanding that religious people have created a great labyrinth of lies by twisting what is written and establishing it as the truth, imagine the nonsense that has been spread by the different currents of theological interpretation that have been taken from those distorted sources. That is why we announce to the world that Christ is already in our midst. She is a woman. Her name is Lisbet. She is the wife of God the Father Melquisedec, and there is no one better than Christ to explain Christ. For this reason, today we can understand why it was so necessary that only Christ clarify all the mess, and that no one judge anything before Christ manifested for the last time today. That is why Christ Lisbet is putting all things in order today, giving us life and immortality through her word, and giving the correct explanation to all these mysteries that were hidden until her coming. Amen.